All right, so the 151 situation is crazy. We all know that 151s is a big reason the bull market's kind of happening, but there's a lot of other things that happen. You know, there's a PCCP, which is like the highest margin or the highest profit ROI product they get. Like, you know, if you bought for like $60, $70, it's now like $900, so over 10 times the amount of profit. So PCCP has kind of semi-proven itself, at least in the short term, at least those promos. And then these bundle displays are the new speculative kind of thing, and they're spiking in demand. So they went down always about like 1400s, and I said at that point like that's pretty cheap compared to the normal price. You see over here it dropped to like 14, 15, and before that it was around 1600. Even though a loose bundle is only about like $100, so you're paying like even this listing, you're paying $50 more per bundle, which is pretty expensive, but it's 151, so yeah, we know. But we don't have a lot of data on these, but we do see 4 sold yesterday, 2 sold today, and the price is already back up after 2 days, $85. And yeah, I don't really know. I really want to know what happened with these. You see a lot of people, they just don't have the sealed version. They have sometimes without the shrink wrap, they have just loose bundles. I'm gonna like filter this out to just see the normal listings. But yeah, there's this one seller here for NNC games. I think they listed a bunch. That's the main reason it drops. It's now 1500, but everyone else still wants to sell 1600. So this is like the main reason this has dropped. So I think people are buying it up, and yeah, it's doing pretty well. You see all these 1414s have been sold, and then now 1500 has been sold. For the UPC, I continue to just look at this demand chart, and it just sells really well. 2 to 4 per day. Like, it's actually rising a bit. 3 sold yesterday, 4 sold the day before. Prices are around 600. I don't really think it'll get much cheaper, to be honest. Like, maybe it'll go to the 580s, 590s. But yeah, I don't really think it'll get much cheaper. It's just one of the obvious products to have for 151. For loose packs, the number of packs sold was about 64 packs, and pack prices, we can finally see the packs on the first page now, after all the Asian ones, and these are at 1530 now, which is around the same price before. 57 sold, a decent quantity. What's really interesting is that I was looking through, this is why, like I say, you have to add the picture listings. I was looking through these, I was like, there's a lot of like the other ones being sold. You see like 94 of these Chinese KFC promos over here, and like, yeah, I just see like a lot of people buying like these other cards here. So I think that's why I can finally see 151 on the first page. On the second page, to get a more accurate sense of like the pack market right now. After that, you go to 1550, 1565. So we're not quite at like the $16, $17 range yet, but we're getting there. For bundles are at $98. They sold 20 yesterday, and they're heading back to 100, but they still haven't really broken there. Like I see people getting them from vending machines and pictures. So after that happens, what can I see? I'm just waiting for them to stop printing 151 and see what happens. For ETBs, one sold yesterday, and these are always like under 415. Like there's always like one seller. So you see this one is a pretty good deal. You buy both of them, 387, but yeah, I don't know why we can't get to like 415 or more. PCTBs sold 0 yesterday, still at 899. One seller for that left, boosting packs 899, then it goes back to 950. It's normal range. There's a lot of 950s now, actually. Now I look at this whole page is filled with 950s, so there's a lot of people who want to sell their PCTBs, you can tell. Maintain displays flying sold 1 yesterday. Yeah, and there's still other ones around the same price, but yeah, someone finally bought one. Like, this is pretty good value for the pack price, but yeah, it can be a little hard to sell in the future. Blooming Waters sold 2 yesterday, and there's always just a couple of sellers around like 180. It goes to 190. For binders, sold none the last couple of days, and Stormax promo sold 9 yesterday. A pretty low amount of Stormax promo sold. All right, people are really attacking Mega Evolution, getting this sort of like restock that we have for wave 2, and like pretty much 100 boxes sold yesterday. If you add up, I think it's just a little under at like 98 or whatever. You see 75 sold here. If you add up the other 2 listings, you get about this is about 11 more, and then cases sold 2 yesterday, but already see 5 sold today. So cases are still kind of your best option right now. So especially at these cheaper pricing, because it's $280 a booster box versus this is like $280 over here. The other booster box is like $295, and it just has the cheapest price per pack. Bundles are actually still pretty expensive, like still $10 a pack. So like they're $2 a pack less for bundles. Actually no, those are ETBs. Bundles are actually $880 a pack. We're still a good premium, still like $1 premium, but that's a little more normal. But yeah, people are really going after this. Rudy made a video on that, doing a clickbait title about like the crash of it or something. But people are really buying it up, and I kind of want to get some. I want to get like a good deal on it or something. But yeah, this is probably gonna be your last chance to get Mega Evolutions boxes for a while at such a good price. Yeah, that's that. Let's say at 280 is kind of where it's bottoming out. I don't think a lot of stores have gotten their product yet, but yeah, we will see if it goes down even lower than this. 280 is pretty consistent over here. This does rise to like 300 for this listing. Cases, there's only one at 1680, then it goes to 1700. The PCTBs, they kind of reverse back. So Lucario was the cheaper one at 210. Now it's back to 225, up $15. Gardevoir is down 13. So I don't really know where these set at, but they're still hovering just above $200. And for the Lucario one over here, sold 6 yesterday, so I think people bought a lot of the cheaper ones based on that. Yeah, a lot of the cheaper Lucarios have been bought versus Gardevoir also sold 6 yesterday, and there's 2 cheaper ones at 215, then it goes to 230. So the PCTBs are holding up pretty well. For the normal TBs, Lucario's at 90, been selling about 50 per day, 46 sold yesterday. Gardevoir is about $89, sold 35 yesterday. So ETB demand's been pretty good for both of them. Lucario's a little bit more, unsurprisingly, and then booster bundles sold 50 yesterday. So yeah, the normal ETBs went down about like Gardevoir went down $1, Lucario went down $3, but yeah, cases down $20 is like the biggest drop over here. All right, Destined Rivals prices seeing a lot more activity. If you look at the last couple of days, there's been not a lot of highlighting, just like one like price change. Even this day had like the 17, 18, 19, not a lot of price changes. You see that cases have gone down $40. They're at like 2,560. So that is $426 a booster box. Really good price, considering like these were like 475, 500 before. And then the normal booster boxes went up $19, so they're back at $394. Not surprising, there's like a deal. But you see ETBs have dropped $7 to $105, and then bundles have gone up to $55, up about $1 or $2. So demand numbers for the booster box is still good. You see 17 sold yesterday, despite like Mega Evolution also selling a lot more recently. So that's actually a pretty good sign. And they're still hovering like just below $400. I want to see if that other seller with like a lot of box, yeah, the is still here, so it's keeping the box price kind of down. Yeah, cases I mentioned, they went down $40, so 0 sold yesterday. And yeah, like there's 2 sellers here around the same price. A1 Hobby Shop has a lot of cases available, so this will probably bring the prices down a little bit more, unless someone buys all of them. For PCTBs, they're still around 353, sold 2 yesterday. Yeah, it does jump up to 370, but that's where most of the lower boxes are. Yeah, normally TB is at 105, sold 17 yesterday, and there's just one cheaper seller, then it goes to 112 again. And then booster bundles at 55, sold 37 yesterday. They can go, they've been around 55, 57 for the most part. All right, Crown Z booster bundles. So I've said multiple times, this is one of the most like, this is one of the best Crown Z products to get. And it kind of gets supported by data. There's a lot of things around it. I feel like it's short printed. A lot of people are buying it. The price per pack is almost the same as ETBs. ETBs rose a little bit, so it's now like a $2 difference. But like it's like the ETB has like cards and other things in there, and then this just has 6 packs. These have gone back up to 125. They've been steadily rising. They've had some of the best demand out of all the Crown Z products. They're up 125, and then ETBs are back to 230, up $3. Yeah, people have been just steadily buying out the ones in the 120s, 122, even some of the lower priced ones. And or maybe we'll finally reach like 130 something. It's just crazy getting against the price of these booster bundles. Number one's around 125 is about 6 booster bundles, and then we go 128. We'll see how that goes for Crown Zenith ETBs. Graph is broken, but we're actually seeing ETB demand do pretty well. It's actually been selling about 2 per day last couple of days. We see 3 sold yesterday, and yeah, people are buying out the ETBs just pretty slowly. The prices are getting back toward like the 230, 235 range. The Crown Zenith TN Sky sold 2 yesterday, 2 today. Someone finally bought one for JM Sneakers. They bought 1, now they're down to 11. There's only one other seller. This is definitely cheaper because you buy both of them. You can save on shipping, so it's like 207 CN Sky. But we're getting to the point where JM Sneakers is going to be the lowest price seller, and maybe it'll stay there, but there's always like a seller or two. You see everyone else wants to sell for at least 215 or 220. That's kind of the range. For PCTVs, 1 sold yesterday, so you definitely are seeing more Crown Zenith activity between all the products, like CN Sky selling a little better, ETB selling better, bundles selling better, and prices rising. PCTVs all selling a little more. And so maybe it's finally time for Crown Zenith to rise back up. Everyone loves Crown Zenith. Sold 8 packs yesterday. Pack price is still around $415. There's about like 20 packs or 25 packs, then it goes to $1430. There's just too much pack quantity, so that hasn't really risen. Alright, Paldean Fates PCTBs keep selling, so you see they're still selling about 1 every day. 1 sold yesterday, 2 sold the day before. Still about $395 and keeping their below $200 price. Looks like a really high feedback seller. You can get all 3 PCCs for $385. I want to see what people have been buying for. People have been buying these for $380, so maybe they've been buying for this one. I don't remember exactly which seller it was. But people are buying this dip, and there's definitely been a little more activity in PCTVs lately. There's around this like October 1st period, like early October period was like the slow period. That's for a lot of graphs. You see like a lot less activity over here. For the ETBs, they're down about $2. Sold 1 yesterday. Demand's slowing down. Demand's been pretty good. Now it's slowing down to like 1 per day, and but we're still maintaining the price around $280. For booster bundle displays, we sold like it's down like $1. We sold 0 the last 2 days. There's a bunch of around $11.50 right now. So a lot of desperation to get these off the book. So there might be a really good buying to these eventually. Like if these get down to booster bundle prices, like it's obvious buy, because you get so much more value long term, and there's like 0 risk in that. For booster bundles, they're still at 96. 4 sold yesterday. Supply is still like kind of high at 385 for like this is relative for Paldean Fates. Before it was like 100. Yeah, it's having a hard time getting the price up. And then loose packs sold like 6 yesterday. I'm gonna look over here, see if there are any more. There's like 8 more, but yeah, very little loose packs sold because there's other options available to get better prices. Alright, Prismatic Booster Bone displays dropped $600 again. We'll see if this is a scam. I did have someone comment on one of my videos saying that yeah, they did actually buy one of the $900 Booster Bone displays. So for those of you who don't know, the other day Booster Bone displays, they dropped a lot. 151 dropped a lot bundle, and Prismatic dropped a lot. You see it was normally around, let's say, 1500 in that ballpark, and it dropped to 925. So huge drop. Now it's like the exact same price. It's like off by like what, less than $1, but still like 924, down $625. I did have someone comment saying that they did buy one of these, order one of these, and we'll see what happens. I don't remember the seller exactly the same. It does have 100% feedback though, although when I look at that, the feedback, I'm still not sure if I know how to read these correctly, but it says the count is from like the 3 counts from like the whole lifetime. So it seems like some of that feedback wasn't really recent, but this say 5 sales. So I don't really know what's going on with that. This is really cheap for Booster Bundle space. Like there's 2 perspectives. One of them is that technically this is a reasonable price in the sense that booster bundles are like $60, so times 10, this should be like a $600 product in terms of just bundle value, and so you're paying 50% more, which is like, okay, yeah, that is all right for today's market price. Like the really insane prices is actually the 1500 ones. This is more of a scarcity sort of thing, because bundle displays, like obviously they they don't really exist very much, because if you can watch YouTube videos. I remember watching PokeNE, him going like, oh, like I had to like immediately rip all my products, so like he didn't have anything left to like save away. So we'll see how this goes. If anyone else buys any of these, let me know how it goes. It's just really cheap deal on Prismatic Booster Bone displays. It's just kind of suspicious how it's exact like similar price before. For PCTBs, it seems like we might be hitting like a buying opportunity for PCTBs. They haven't really dropped below 400 in a while. Yesterday they dropped, like in yesterday's video I said they dropped from like 403 to 390. Now they're down to like 389, like down $1. And yeah, they haven't been this cheap in a while, so it might be a good time to pick up PCTBs. PCTBs have been like pretty like slow lately, so we're not really sure how things will go with that. But yeah, it seems like this is dropping, so if you want to get any of these, you know, Prismatic is going to do well. Out of all the PCTBs, obviously Prismatic is going to do pretty well. Great promo, great sets, like it has kind of everything compared to other PCTBs. The ETB cases, they continue to sell. I mentioned that they were spiking in sales. You see 2 more sold yesterday. I don't remember these are the same ones I saw yesterday, to be honest. But you see 2 more sold yesterday, just this a bunch of sales, and the prices are still kind of dropping a little bit, so you're getting more time to get cheaper deals. As I said before, as this gets closer to the loose ETB price, like that's gonna be kind of the floor. Right now it's a loose ETB is like 140, so this is about like $26 more per ETB. For normally TBs, yeah, they're at 137. So 12 so yesterday, it did drop like less than $1. I still see there's only like always a couple of ETBs and it goes back to 140, so I think they're still doing really well. SBCs I'm interested in because you're seeing demand kind of go up. I see it went up to 7. So like you see, it's already been selling 3 the last couple of days, and these are down to 310. These have been pretty stable. 310 is actually pretty low. And so yeah, like if you want like a slight discount, like that's like $10 off from the normal price, like $5 or $10 off. So SBCs, yeah, they had their rise, and if you look at the graph, like they're down a little bit from their peak, but still, you know, really great product to have long term. For loose packs, the number of loose packs sold was 175. So yeah, packs are still selling really well, and the pack price is still around, actually pack price is closer to 890 now. Before it was around 880, that's around 890. So yeah, pack prices are recovering really well. For booster bundles, they're down to about $59. So 63 yesterday, good quantity, and it returns back $60 pretty quickly. For these Lucario boxes, yeah, these jump back to about 120 very quickly. I think supply is running out for a lot of these, for people who like do want to offload them. 16 sold yesterday, and I think most of the time when people sell these now, like a lot of people know they should hold these, but at least if they want, even if they want to flip it, like these will probably go to like 130, 140. They could flip it for a little more. But a lot of them kind of just need cash right now. That's the main reason people do offload these, I feel like. And then main 10 displays, no recent sales. EV promo sold 50 yesterday. It's all right. It's around like $11 now. All right, Phantasmal Flames PCTB dropped $50. I'm really not that surprised because I was tracking the Mega Evolution PCTB. It was selling way better than this. And Juju Trading had a lot of stuff going on where like it raised their prices after big buyouts, and it went back 600. It really wasn't enough. There hasn't been nearly as many PCTB sales, and even though this is one of the best looking PCTBs for a pretty hype set. So yeah, it dropped it down to 550. There's 12, and you do see 1 sold at that price. For the booster boxes sold about 40 today or yesterday. 35 sold yesterday, plus 1 case from yesterday. A lot of the prices still around 325. Honestly, I'm not really sure what a good price to get this at. Obviously, if you have any deals close to MSRP, probably I wouldn't really want to pay. I honestly probably want to get Mega Evolution Wave 2 more than Phantasmal Flames at this point, just because it seems a little safer. For booster boxes, you see that one sold yesterday. As far as price changes, you do see from, I last tracked it officially on the 17th, yeah, the PCTB down 50, and you see some prices drop. So cases dropped about $14, so they're down to, it's about $345 a booster box. So if anything happens like Mega Evolution, the case premium will go away, and yeah, don't pay the extra per box unless you think that the booster box will be way higher. I remember Nostalgicnomics said that the booster box will probably sell a lot at the beginning and then slow down later on, so probably do not buy around into the hype. That's kind of what I think right now. I'm not gonna do it, but honestly, if you want to go into it, you know, it could be Destined Rivals, who knows. Though Destined Rivals took a while for a supply to flush out. You see ETBs are down like $3, booster boxes are down $2. The price per pack, you still see a normal thing where booster boxes are the cheapest, so don't buy bundles. ETBs are probably going to go down as well, and then PCTs are probably too expensive. For the ETBs, speaking of ETBs, 38 sold yesterday, which is kind of twice as much as normal. Normally it's about 15 to 20, and then the bundles sold about 12 yesterday. All right, joining together, the price is about the same as yesterday, so I'll just go over demand numbers. So there's been more demand for this booster box over here. 6 sold yesterday, 4 sold today, especially compared to the last couple of days. So these are 257, and a lot of the price, there's like a slow price rise over time, but nothing too major. For this other box is at 253 about, sold 1 yesterday, 2 today, and it says a bigger jump, like there's like 5 or 6 boxes around 253, then it goes to 270. Cases unfortunately did not sell more after 2 cases sold yesterday or the day before that. So we still have about 3 or 4 cases just under 1600, and then the PCTB sold 0 yesterday, sold around 190. All right, Black Bull White Flare demand number. So Black Bull PCTB is still at 210, sold 1 yesterday, and it could go a little more to 217. White Flare is at 194, so it's below $200 now. Demand is finally going up. You see it's been selling about 2 per day, 2 sold today, 1 sold yesterday. You see there was like a period with like 0 sales, and it's still just hovering mostly around like 195 to 200 though. For Black Bull, normally TVs are $89, sold about 13 yesterday. White Flare is about $82, it's kind of normal price, sold 12 yesterday. Black Bull bundles at 55, they're at 57 yesterday, but 55 is kind of fine. 18 sold yesterday, and then White Flare bundles are about 851, sold about 32 yesterday. All right, Final Fantasy collector boxes go up $15 back to $11.80, and demand kind of spikes. You see, I mentioned before last couple, like I don't know, last week or two, like we were down to like 5 boxes per day territory, and now you see 10 sold yesterday, 6 sold the day before. So we might see people start picking these up again. I want to see the prices people bought these at. All the boxes were around the $1,200 range, which is a good sign. So we might get out of the 1,200. Seems like 1,200 is kind of the bottom-ish for this box, maybe like toward 1175, 1150. But yeah, people are reacting to the increased supply and buying it up. For the collector box cases, still no sales. It's just the main issue is that it's just too expensive. But right now there's only 1 seller at 7,700. Before there's 2, so we might see some action based on that. For the collector packs, they're at 119. Only sold 1 pack yesterday, 1 pack today. That's like a really low number of packs. So you know, it kind of tells you say, oh, like demand plummets or something, but really that's a lot lower than normal. Probably just a single day thing, but we'll kind of see long term. Collector packs are down $3, collector packs up 15, and play boxes down about $9. For mega packs, yeah, they're around 115 now. They sold about 2 yesterday, so 1 yesterday, so really not a great day for pack demand. For Japanese, we see Japanese sold 2, so that's kind of surprising. So you see some Japanese uptick. So it seems like there was some attack on the collector box, some target on the collector boxes. For play boxes, they're around 225. Sold about 17 yesterday, which is pretty good. And there's only 1 seller, and it goes back to 235, so that's fine. For cases, they're still at 13, 14. Sold 4 cases yesterday. So that's, yeah, a lot of cases sold yesterday. So we're still around the 1300s. A lot of people are going after like the boxes instead of like the smaller items right now. For gift bundles, we see about 10 sold. Demands are pretty good for gift bundles. The price hasn't risen, but yeah, it's been selling about like 10 per day. For Spider-Man, it's about 455. 18 sold yesterday, 13 sold today. So yeah, really not a lot of demand for Spider-Man. I talked to someone the other day about Spider-Man who's into Magic for a long time. Like, yeah, I didn't open Spider-Man. For 14 play boxes sold. So yeah, demand numbers for Spider-Man is like really low now. So I wonder if it'll keep dropping. It's really interesting. If it really does go down to like the 300s or 200s. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.